Hello, friends and family. Welcome back to the Real Family Podcast. Doing a fact check from our introduction episode. During our introduction episode, we talked about buying our first VCR and how many tapes we had, and if we had the Laserdisc first or the VCR first. I did reach out to my dad, our dad.
Yes.
Your papa.
Yep.
And asked him a few questions. First off, he had a question for you, Christie.
Oh, really? Oh,
Did
gosh.
you remember buying the VCR Old Town Mall?
No. I do not believe I was there when that was purchased.
Okay. So he did have that question. I said I wasn't sure if you remember that or not. But speaking of Old Town Mall, during the first episode, I did mention that it was in Bettendorf. It was actually in Davenport. So bad on me there. But Dad did message me back. He did a deep dive himself. We both did deep dives into Old Town Mall because we couldn't remember the name of the electronics store. He doesn't remember going to Old Town Mall to buy it, but I remember it vividly. Internet research shows that Radio Shack was in Old Town Mall, but he knows it wasn't Radio Shack. He thinks it was an independent, like, family friend. He was going to go through his yearbook to see if anything triggered him friend-wise as to who he would have bought this VCR from. I told him, don't do that, Dad. You're good. It's not that big of a deal.
Well, sidebar, I'm impressed Dad still has his yearbook. Holy cow.
But he did tell me he spent $500 on that VCR.
Oh, God.
It was a top-load VCR.
Yes.
He actually sent me a picture of the VCR.
Shut up.
They still have the VCR?
No, he had a picture of it.
Oh, okay.
So I will send that to you guys,
Okay.
and then upload it on our social media pages as well, so you can see what the top-load VCR looked like. He did say that we did have the Laserdisc first.
Oh.
He bought it from Aunt Linda.
Okay.
They were very expensive back then, and the discs that we had were Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, you remember that.
I do. As soon as
your
he
Grandma
said,
Mary loved Fiddler on the Roof.
yes, as soon as he said Fiddler on the Roof, I pictured it right in my
I
head
can
immediately.
see it.
Okay. Fiddler on the Roof, Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Oh, I don't remember that.
Empire Strikes Back, and he said there were a couple others that he can't remember. He ended up selling the Laserdisc to his brother, David, and then bought another VCR.
Okay.
The reason we were selling the Laserdisc is we were having problems with the picture on it. It was really wavy at the top, and that was because our TV was so old, it wasn't compatible with the Laserdisc.
He didn't do an update on that TV?
He did not do an update on
Cobie,
the TV.
I'm going to cite this TV. It was a console TV,
Okay.
which, I mean, it was wooden. We had to dust the wood on the TV.
Mhm.
That's how that TV worked.
That's
Yeah.
So he then bought a second VCR to start making copies of videos. And so the second VCR he bought, he literally met some guy in an alley.
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
because you could do that back in the day.
And this guy was a friend of Mom's cousin. So
Okay.
this friend worked at Circuit City. And back then, they were faking warranty work on new VCRs that were being brought back and then just getting the money back from the manufacturers and then taking these VCRs and selling them in dark alleys.
Hold the phone.
my
This is
God.
all new information. You didn't know this,
I
did you?
did not know this.
Okay.
So
So,
funny.
Dad meets some friend of Mom's cousin in an alley that worked at Circuit City to sell him a VCR. It was still in the box, and Dad purchased it for $150.
Oh my God.
Mom was freaking out because she thought Dad was going to end up in jail for purchasing a VCR in a dark alley. And that was our black VCR that only displayed military time.
Oh, I remember. We got real good at military time.
That's what I said. I said that is how
Yep.
we learned military time.
Yes.
Was from that second VCR
Yes.
that Dad bought in the back of an alley.
Well, I mean, the price went down when you purchase it illegally. The price goes down.
So, maybe that's why it was returned, because it was only showing military time and the people who bought it couldn't figure it out, and score for us, I guess. I don't know. Dad also did have some pictures of some old VHS tapes that he still has stored away.
Okay.
I did take some pictures of that, and I will email them to our account as well.
I mean, that's back in the day, though, where you can literally just buy anything in the back of an alley and a cop's only going to be worried if it's drugs or not. Nothing else. They're like,
Yeah.
you're selling a VCR back here? That's fine.
yeah.
Drugs? No.
Apparently so.
It kind of brought me back to, people buying like Cabbage Patch dolls or something in the alleys
Yeah.
for Christmas time.
That's
I mean, times were tough in the 80s.
That's like that, what's that one movie?
Oh, I'm
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Christmas Time, where he's going...
Jingle All the Way.
That one.
Yep. Gotta find that.
And he's got to find that damn toy.
Yeah.
And so he's...
It was like that too. Yeah.
But Dad says he remembers we would go to video stores. I don't remember going to video stores and renting. Dad does. He's like, we would go and rent. He would dub overnight. Like, he would just start taping overnight. Next day, return movies, get another one. Like, this was our jam, I guess. This was Dad's jam. This is what we did.
It was a hobby.
It was a hobby.
It makes it sound like possibly a job, but it was a hobby.
It kept us busy.
It did. And we also, I mean, there were times when we would go through and we would have HBO for like you get 3 months for
3 months.
whatever,
or
so
a free weekend or
yes.
something.
Oh, those free weekends. And we were tape, record it all. Yeah.
I mean, but this is what we did as a family. I mean,
Yes.
we would pile in the car and go rent a bunch of movies, bring them home, and go rent a bunch of movies again. And yeah, that's what we did.
Like, when we still had cable and DirecTV would always have their free weekends with HBO, and that's when you'd get the, what is it? You'd have to, what's the recording thing there? It's not a VCR. DVR.
TiVo?
Oh, like a DVR?
Like a DVR,
Yeah.
and we'd be DVRing movies from HBO.
Yes.
Like, it's literally the exact same
when
thing.
there was a free weekend?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we did that. Yeah.
We did that, but that was when cable TV was...
Right. Well,
thing.
and with the DVR, I think you're limited to how much recording capacity you have in your thing. We would buy blank cassettes
And
in
just-
packs of 20, 40.
Just,
In bulk.
Yes. It
I
was
remember that.
Yes, they were huge boxes.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah. But another thing, I don't know if Cobie understands, that first VCR, that top loader, it did come with a remote control, Cobie.
That's a big deal.
It was wired.
Oh,
So you had to plug it in. I mean, it had like a 30, do you remember? It had like a 30-foot cord. So it was like you'd wrap.
I do remember now wrapping
Oh,
it up.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but we were like,
but that's a big deal.
check out our remote control, everybody. Don't have to get off the couch.
But you got to wrap it up when you put it away.
Oh, yes, you did. You were in big trouble if you didn't.
All right.
Does that clear up all of our...
I believe that clears
think
up
so.
all of our facts from
Okay.
our introduction episode. Today is my movie pick. We are going to talk about the movie Splash. But before we get into that, Cobie asked me what my favorite movies were before we started recording. And oh my gosh. It's a tough question because it does change from time to time. But the top ones that came to mind for me was Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind,
Oh, that's a good one.
Such a good movie.
Shawshank Redemption,
Of
Yeah.
course.
and of course the original Star Wars trilogy with Empire Strikes Back as being my favorite.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course, I love documentaries, all kinds of documentaries. Some that come to mind: Dear Zachary, Will and Harper, Three Identical Strangers, Jinx, The Hatchet Welding Hitchhiker,
Okay.
American Family.
Okay.
My favorite Christmas movie, 8-Bit Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the new one that came out like not
It
that
came
long
out
ago?
in 2021, and
Okay.
it has become my new favorite Christmas movie
Yep.
since 2021.
Never seen it.
No, Carrie and I watched it together last Christmas Eve.
And I've been trying to get Dad to watch it, so hopefully he watches it. I tried to get him to watch it last year, but he forgot, so hopefully he watches it this year. But 8-Bit Christmas, being that it's Christmas time, that is probably my favorite Christmas movie. But we're here to talk about Splash. So Splash, rated PG, starring Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah, John Candy, Eugene Levy, and is directed by Ron Howard. It was released in March 9th, 1984. And fun fact, this was the first film released by Disney under the label of Touchstone Pictures, initially created for more mature audiences. It was also the first nude scene in a Disney movie.
Yes. I think I do remember
Yeah. Okay.
that. Yeah.
I was like, where's the nudity? And I was like, okay, yeah, I remember that.
Um,
I was like, she was naked most of the time.
I know.
So, excuse me, I was about 7 years old when this came out, I think, and the last time I saw it I was maybe 12 years old. I don't know. I am just guessing.
Really?
'Cause
You don't think you've seen it in that long? Okay.
No, I don't remember. I don't. Like, it's been that long. But anyway, so Splash is about Alan Bauer, played by Tom Hanks, is rescued at sea by a mermaid of his dreams, played by Daryl Hannah. Again, also starring John Candy as Freddie, who plays Alan's brother, and Eugene Levy as Dr. Walter Kornbluth, who plays a scientist. Opening scene, they're on the boat going to Cape Cod. As soon as the band started, uno, dos, tres, cuatros, Wooly Bully, it came back to me.
Yeah.
Like, I was jamming Wooly Bully. It was like, oh my gosh. It was fun. Then you see young Alan and Freddie on the boat. Freddie dropping change to look under the women's skirts.
Can I say something real quick? My
Yes.
first comment. This movie did not age well. I'm just saying it right now.
Okay, tell me.
Oh my god.
Are we talking specifically about the change situation?
I'm talking about John Candy's character specifically did not age like.
Okay. The change thing, agreed.
Okay.
That's,
Oh, yeah, just
completely.
Because John Candy's character, even though he's like a playboy and is very creepy playboy,
Yeah.
doesn't age well at all with the change happening on the boat, and then it continues on. That was my first thought, and I wrote it down immediately. Was like, I'm sitting there on the plane, I'm watching it, and immediately first thing I write down, this did not age well.
See, and us growing up, that was hilarious to us.
At the time, it was funny. I'm with Cobie, where I was like, ooh, yikes. Yikes.
Again, this is why we're doing this podcast.
Okay. Because I'm going to say my feelings about this movie have changed as I have gotten older. Did your feelings about it change at all? Or do you still...
That's a good question. I mean,
Did I put you on the spot?
yeah, you kind of did.
Okay.
Did my feelings change at all? I mean, for me, I was kind of just doing research for our podcast, kind of like the nostalgic part of it, like bringing it all back to me. That I enjoyed. As for the aging part of it, well, I mean, eh.
Well, I mean, okay. Keep going and I'll jump in with where I'm.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So, again, we're at the opening scene. They're on the boat going to Cape Cod, and Alan is staring at the ocean like something is calling him, and he just jumps in. And while underwater, a little girl swims up, kisses him, while a guy jumps in to pull him out. Then we cut 20 years later, present day, you see the New York skyline and the Twin Towers. Now that, any old movie that shows the Twin Towers is just like, kind of tugs at the heart, little gut-wrenching, because you know what happens.
Yeah.
And they even had, they showed the Twin Towers a few times throughout this movie, even at night. and it was just like,
that was also something I put down was like, oh my gosh, there's so many shots of the Twin Towers. That's how you know how old, like, it's an older movie, because obviously pre-2000 or pre-2001. I almost said 2011. Oh, that would have been so embarrassing. I'm cutting that out. That's funny though.
No. Leave it.
No, but like that's how I knew how this film has aged, because obviously the Twin Towers are not there anymore.
Right.
But as like a kid, I still watch films in New York where they have it. Like Home Alone 2 still has the Twin Towers, like a shot of it. So like every movie taking place in New York has them before 2001.
That's how you knew you were in New York.
I know.
Mm-hmm. That's how you knew.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just show a random building and you're like, okay, we're probably in New York.
Yeah.
Or the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
So, all right, so we cut back 20 years later. It's present day. Alan is working at a produce company, which, fun fact, this was Fulton's Fish Market on Fulton Street in New York. And Freddie comes rolling in, and he is driving a red 1982 Pontiac Trans Am with T-tops. And he's carrying a bunch of Penthouse magazines and is so excited that they published his article, A Lesbian No More.
Is this another part where you think Freddie didn't age well?
Oh, yeah. No, this did not age well. First off, Penthouse magazine, not a thing anymore. I don't think it is. And
what?
Penthouse? Oh, Penthouse is still around.
Not as popular, obviously, as...
Well, no, you can get it online for free.
Now there's internet porn.
But yes. Yeah. Back then, you had to buy it.
Oh, yeah.
But a man having an article in Penthouse about a lesbian romance, that was, I think that was one of the parts where I'm like, yeah, this did not age well, because
I just remember laughing at that like as a kid, laughing whenever he comes in and he's shaking the magazines and he's so excited. I was 7 or 8. I didn't know what a fucking lesbian was, but for some reason I laughed.
Well, it's John Candy.
That's
John Candy.
So
He's
when
hilarious.
you say going back, I'm like,
yes.
A lesbian. I didn't even know what the title of this,
yes.
I'm picking up on those things now, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So while Freddie is excited about his Penthouse article being published, we get introduced to Mrs. Stimler.
My God, hilarious character, by the way.
Right?
She's so funny.
She was the character that made me laugh out loud. I mean, she was struck in the head by lightning. She wears her bra on the outside of her shirt. I mean, she was a funny character.
That woman made a career out of playing goofy secretaries.
Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah.
She's the secretary from Grease.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was like, she looks familiar, and I went and
yes.
I was watching it on Amazon, so it pops up like the cast and like what they're known from.
Yeah,
and
like their IMDb profile.
Yeah, and I immediately knew who she was when it said Grease. I was dying laughing.
Yes.
She's the best.
She made a whole career out of it. Good for her.
Oh yeah. So she in screen she made me laugh. So while we're at the produce company, Alan gets a call from Victoria, who is his current girlfriend, and she is moving out. I did not realize until watching this movie that I feel kind of ripped off that we never saw Victoria.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. First of all, because my thought that who would have played Victoria?
That's what I said. I want to know who the competition.
Okay.
Who was
okay.
Like who
was Madison's competition?
Yeah.
Like he's literally having a one-sided conversation on the phone with Victoria.
Right.
I want to see Victoria.
Like, was she a blonde? Was she a brunette? Who would have played her?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't matter.
Yeah, apparently it didn't.
Madison had no competition.
No, Madison did not have any competition. That I will get into.
Okay.
I
got thoughts too, Cobie.
And then, so we're at a scene where Alan's at a coworker's wedding and with Freddie, and there's a lady, and again, Freddie's dropping the change, looking underneath the skirts. There's a lady taking a picture with a camera with a flash stick.
Did you see that?
I did not notice that.
Okay, so I have a picture of that. I will email it to the podcast, and then we'll put it on our socials for this episode. then everybody's asking Alan, where's Victoria? And, he's making excuses. She's sick, she's sick, she's sick. And then he finally loses his shit and does his Tom Hanks shout, she left me, all right? And then, that brought back everything as well. Tom Hanks always has, not always, but sometimes has that little where he's really calm, cool, collected, and then he just does a sudden outburst. So, then Alan proceeds to get drunk, and his true feelings come out about how he wants to meet someone, have kids, but comes to the conclusion that he's just going to be alone and die alone. He leaves the bar, hails a cab, and the cab has an advertisement for Carlton cigarettes on top of it.
I put that in my notes where I was like, oh my God, there's a taxi with a cigarette ad on it. Like, you're not seeing that anymore.
Okay, I wondered, is that still legal to advertise cigarettes?
I don't think
like
so.
That.
I think there's more like restrictions on how to advertise, especially with it's like alcohol. Advertising alcohol, it comes with like the disclaimer at the bottom, like, don't do that. Don't drink and drive.
There used to be billboards for Marlboro. You would see the Marlboro Man on
there
billboards.
Used to be.
And stuff, and now you don't see that anymore.
There's a lot of restrictions on advertising it.
But nowadays you can see billboards for dispensaries. So,
that's true.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, fun fact, in New York in 1984, a pack of Carlton cigarettes ran $1 to $1.50 for a pack of Carlton cigarettes in 1984. The average cost
for a cigarette pack was $1
to $1.50. The average cost
20 cigarettes.
Yeah.
The average cost across the United States in 1984 for a pack of cigarettes was 72 cents. Now, prices are a little bit higher in New York, hence the $1 to $1.50, but the average cost was 72 cents in 1984. Today, they still make Carlton cigarettes, but they're not available in New York. But the average cost of a pack of cigarettes in New York is $14.55.
I was going to say that had to have been like a $15 difference between the 80s and now.
Yeah. Across the U.S. today, an average pack of cigarettes costs between $8 and $10.25.
That's some Iowa prices right there. You're not getting cigarettes in Illinois for $8 a pack.
No,
you're getting the New York.
Well, it's probably like what the Kentucky, like where they grow the tobacco in those southern states where it's a little bit more cost effective.
Yeah.
Where you get into the bigger cities and whatnot.
God, what happened to our
it's the taxes.
Taxes
are killing you.
Yeah.
You could meet some guy in a back alley and just buy from him for $1.50. I'm guessing. Don't let Dad hear.
That one's going to be a little more sketchy in 2025, by the way.
Oh my God! Don't let him meet anybody, please.
No, not in the back of an alley.
No.
Maybe a Hy-Vee parking lot, but that's
still
still weird.
Nowadays, Alan wouldn't hail a cab; he'd just Uber. So.
Oh, he would Uber, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you'd go on your phone and just get an Uber.
Yeah.
I feel like in New York, though, you'd still hail a taxi because they're still popular around there.
Yeah.
Or
how much
hop
would
on
that?
The train.
Yeah, but I mean,
the fare, fare prices.
The cost.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that.
Okay.
I don't have any fun facts on it, but Alan does get in the cab and he asks him to drive him 300 miles to Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and he just shows him a bunch of cash and
300 miles.
300 miles, yes. To Cape Cod, and the cab driver took off.
And a mile for probably New York fares, like, I can only imagine like $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 a mile.
I have no idea.
It's dependent on time that you're in there, I think, too.
All right, so Alan gets driven 300 miles to Cape Cod, Massachusetts. He gets dropped off on the opposite side of the Cape, and he's walking along, and he runs into Eugene Levy's character, Dr. Kornbluth, who is a scientist and is there with two other guys. Now, as a kid, Eugene Levy, his character himself was very scary to me.
Oh, really?
It was because he was
very aggressive in the beginning.
He was yelling and screaming the whole time, and very aggressive, very mean, as we will see when we go through the rest of this. And I think I judged him on that, and I never really watched any of his movies because I I was turned off by his character.
I'm heartbroken for
I
Eugene
know.
Levy right
and
now.
I realized that again. I realized that after watching this, I'm like, I was scared of him, and
Okay. I remember, so of that section of the film, I remember Eugene Levy was there.
Mm-hmm.
No, the two moron twins were the ones that you remember.
Oh, God.
Those were the memorable characters.
Yes, and they were memorable.
I mean, I was too busy laughing at them to care what Eugene Levy was doing.
But he was so mean to him.
He
That's why I think I was, like, turned off by him.
But they weren't bothered by it, so I wasn't bothered by it.
No, they sat on his air hose and...
Yeah, they were going to pee down the air hose.
Yes.
But, like, watching this now, okay, let's stop for a moment if we could on Eugene Levy. He looks just like his son.
His son looks just like him. Yes.
They look so much alike. It was...
Well, I know Eugene Levy and his son. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember his name. But
Dan?
I know him. Yeah, I know him from Schitt's Creek.
Yes.
So seeing young Eugene Levy with an afro is hilarious to me. I'm sorry. He first popped up on the screen. I'm dying laughing because I know him with his like slick hair, and he's this very amazing comedian. But the afro really took me out. I was like, yeah, I can only see Eugene Levy with an afro right now. I can't see this character.
But you recognized him.
Oh, immediately.
His voice even.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Immediately I knew who he was.
Yes.
But it was just the afro just really killed me. It was like, I love the afro. It's weird, though.
Well, I wonder if he ended up in that part because of John Candy.
John Candy.
Yeah. Two Canadians, they had worked together, so I wonder if that's how he ended up in that part.
Yeah. Yep. I thought
frightening
that as
Carrie
well.
for years to come.
Oh, Jesus. True. So then Alan takes a boat to the island, and the boat runs out of gas, and the fat dude just like jumps in the water and swims back. I mean, I remember that part was funny. Was a Fat Jack or something was his name? Yeah. And then so Alan tries to get the boat started, falls in the water, hits his head, and while underwater he drops his wallet, and a mermaid pulls him up and saves him. He wakes up on the beach, and she's peering through the bushes, and they spot each other, and she takes off running.
Very creepy, by the way.
Yeah.
Her spying or her running or her nakedness?
No, her just peering through the bushes at this man she just saved.
Okay.
Butt naked.
Literally, yeah. It was there. I saw it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I talk about, so yeah, they finally meet up, and she is naked. Just naked. And
She was naked.
what was great, well, I don't know if I want to say great, but what I know, Alan, just eye contact the whole time. Doesn't look her up and down, doesn't, do anything
she's
I noticed.
Okay. He didn't when she was standing up close to him, but she's coming from a ways away, so he can see everything.
That's true.
Let's hold off on calling Alan a great guy at the moment.
Cobie.
I know. Okay.
Okay, so then she jumps into the water, swims away. And then when Alan is walking back, his back is turned, and you see the mermaid. Do you call it fin or tail? Tail?
I would
Tail
call
fin?
it a tail.
Tail fin? Okay.
I don't
You
know.
see that just flapping in the water.
It was a beautiful shot.
It was.
For Ron Howard, good job. It was great.
Yeah. And we'll get into that a little bit more as well.
Oh, sorry.
So, under my impression, when the legs get wet, the fin tail comes out. Legs are dry. She's normal, except naked.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh,
all right.
I know where you're heading with this.
So she swims back, finds his wallet, finds his address, stalker style. Like, straight up stalker style. And while she's underwater, she runs into Dr. Kornbluth, and he is freaked out about seeing a mermaid. He tries to get a picture, but drops the camera, and she swims away. Then next, she all of a sudden is at the Statue of Liberty, where there is a tour going on. She gets out of the water, and of course is still naked, long hair, covering the breasts and top of her butt. She's wearing a beaded necklace, and I'm not really exactly sure what they did with the hoo-hoo part of it, but fun fact, Statue of Liberty, unfortunately, the interior is no longer accessible the result of the events of September 11th.
Yes, you cannot go in.
Wow.
You used to be able to go all the way up to the crown.
Yeah, I thought you still were able to.
I don't know. No.
Yeah.
I think they stopped that.
Yeah.
Carrie just told it. Yeah.
I'm sure
here's the deal. I thought that. She confirmed it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right,
so we're going to talk a little bit about Daryl Hannah being naked. To guarantee the film's G rating, Hannah's nipples were covered with makeup and her hair was glued down to her chest.
Yeah, because you couldn't see any.
And let's talk about that hair. Holy crimp.
Crimp. Oh my
Okay.
God.
The crimp.
Yes.
Yeah. I have thoughts about the hair. There's
Okay,
nothing I
let's
don't have
go.
thoughts about.
Hair.
Okay. As curly-haired girl, there is no way she is getting out of the water and her hair is looking like that. Not a product or anything.
No.
Bull crap. Not happening. How's she getting out and it's dry? Let's start there.
Start there, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was watching it, and first off, I thought the makeup they did for her hair was really good just because I know that they were trying to not show any nipple. So I thought that was good. But the crimping really also ages it. And the dry hair coming straight out from the water, no consistency there. No consistency.
Agreed.
Because her hair does get wet later on in the film. So it's not like it's hard for her hair to, or like easy for her hair to dry.
Right. Her hair having that texture, I don't know, is that mermaid textured hair? She's got nothing in it. Why does it look like that?
Also, she's coming out of the Hudson River and the sea. Oh,
the
that is
stank.
no, you know she came out of there. She was not coming out clean cut like she is. She's got like gonna have mud on her. Oh, so nasty. It doesn't even matter what year
a body
it is.
part or something that she has to flick off of her. From somebody.
It doesn't even matter what year it is. That river like had to have been nasty.
But my favorite part was when she's walking up to the Statue of Liberty and the guy is giving a tour and he's talking to the crowd and he says, "Holy bocce balls."
Bocce balls.
Bocce balls.
Yes.
As she's walking
Did
up.
you remember that part?
No.
I vividly remembered that. Like watching it, I was like, oh, here's where the guy comes naked, women everywhere. I knew it was coming and I was waiting for it.
And then the lady screams and points, and all these people come running up to her and start taking her pictures. No one offers her a coat or anything to cover her up. The cops come and says, "This ain't California. We don't go for this stuff." What was going on in California?
Did they think there were nude beaches in California in the 80s?
Like was there
or
a big
hippie? Maybe
Yeah.
hippie-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was there a big rival between California and New York?
I mean, always. I feel like they always have had a rivalry.
I mean, I know East Coast,
West
West Coast
rappers,
but I don't know.
Death Row.
Let's
Bad
not choose.
boys.
Let's not choose sides.
Yeah, I've got a side to pick, but
Well, yeah, you're right. I do too.
and it's the correct side. Especially,
yes, I know.
Especially after this year.
I'm not gonna say it because I don't want them coming after me.
I know, but we all know what it is.
Yeah, we do.
So the cops come, take her away. The crowd starts booing. She gets arrested. They call Alan because she has Alan's wallet, and they call him at work. How they got his work number, I don't know, but whatever.
It's the police. I feel like they could pull up anything. Like, where does this person work?
All right.
In 1980 something?
I don't
Anyway,
know.
so Alan goes, picks her up, and she is finally in a long t-shirt that says "I Heart New York."
All right. Hang on. I'm sorry. Here we
Yes.
go.
Okay.
My notes I have entitled "Victoria Dodged a Bullet," and here we go.
Oh, here we go. Also,
Here we go.
This is where my feelings on it have changed. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was
Cobie.
going to say real quick before we hit on Alan being an asshat the entire movie. She would not get out of jail that fast after being naked in front of the Statue of Liberty.
That was pretty privilege, is what that was.
That was being a pretty naked woman.
Yeah,
with
pretty
blonde,
naked white woman
in New York.
Yes.
Like, you do that now, even as a pretty white woman, you're jail. especially in front of kids.
Especially she wouldn't give them her name. They didn't even know who
Yes.
she was.
And they were like, "Oh, we'll just let her go."
Well, and I mean, anybody who's not speaking English, ICE is coming to take them away right
Oh,
now.
that's
so,
right now,
I mean,
though,
that's a
but-
whole other issue.
They don't care if you're white or not.
Yes, my notes. Victoria dodged a bullet. Victoria and Alan were living together.
Yes.
All of his friends knew who she was. How long were they together?
It had to have been years.
Years. And he didn't love her?
And didn't mention it to her before moving in with her?
Yes. And then when she calls him to tell him that she's moving out of the apartment, he is too busy to take that phone call.
Yeah.
But the naked woman he saw one time on the beach that he hasn't exchanged a single word with
Oh my God.
has him running to a car in the middle of this huge business deal that Freddie put together.
Where he's gonna go and like meet the president and talk all this stuff.
Yep.
Not even just president of like a company, president of the United States.
He has given up everything for this woman he has never spoken to.
And-
He's only seen her naked. That's it.
And that is probably the only reason why he ran after her, was because she was a pretty naked woman.
I mean, I understand that their intention was we were supposed to know that they had some mysterious connection. Well, okay, whatever. Poor Victoria. If he didn't love her, why was he telling her, yes, move in, let's live together? My feelings on it, the movie have changed so much from when I was a child to when I watched it this time. The whole time I was like, why did we think this was romantic?
I think because I never saw Victoria, I didn't think about that. Again, I want a Victoria character.
Okay.
I want a physical Victoria. Like,
Okay.
Since she was just a one-sided phone conversation, she was an afterthought for me.
Oh,
Maybe he
But
would
now I see what I mean. I get what you're saying now. I totally understand that.
Maybe he wanted to move in with Victoria to lower down the rent prices. Gotta have a roommate, and so he's like, I don't see her as a girlfriend. I don't love her. She's a roommate. Cheapen up the rent. That place was pretty big.
Poor Victoria.
I know, poor Victoria.
Who
but
would she have been played by? I still don't. What year was this?
85?
85, I think.
No, 87, 88.
It was 84.
80
Released March 9th of 1984.
1984.
Yeah.
All right. You keep talking. I'm going to think on
Okay.
that.
So let's see. Where were we? So Alan takes her home. Okay. Are they banging everywhere? Because it's like they do it in the elevator. They're groping on each other. They're like making out the whole time.
Also public indecency.
And then the next thing
Wanna
you know,
claim that?
Alan is like happy. He's singing. He's getting
Is
laid
he?
in all these strange places. And
Is
there's
this what Victoria couldn't do for him? Is that why he didn't love her?
Well, he is singing a Disney song. Zippity doo dah.
He is-
So,
oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So again, Alan takes her home. They're trying to get up to his apartment. They're doing it everywhere in the elevator.
Oh,
well,
boy.
I'm under the assumption they are because he kind of
no,
brings
he
it up.
flat out says,
Yeah, he
I
brings
think.
it up later on. And so Alan's happy. He's getting laid. He's zippity doo dah in Oliver's apartment. And then he's got to go back to work, so he's going to leave her at home. And he tells her just to sit and watch TV. So she watches TV, and there's a Bloomingdale's commercial that comes on. So she goes to the doorman dressed up in one of Alan's suits, which I thought she looked really great in, by the way.
Oh, Slade. Absolutely. Great outfit.
Yes, she looked amazing. And
I was more annoyed that one pant leg was rolled up and one was not.
Oh, I didn't even
I didn't
realize
notice
that.
See, I can't focus on anything else.
That's called fashion, sweetheart.
I know. I don't have it.
In New York, they would be like, oh, wait, she's on to something.
They would. And I didn't know.
So she gets to the doorman, and of course she doesn't speak English or doesn't speak at all. And the doorman asks where she wants to go, and she says Bloomingdale's. Puts her in a cab, and off to Bloomingdale she goes. At Bloomingdale's, she meets a lady, and it's her pretty woman moment. From there, she discovers the wall of TVs and stays there for 6 hours doing Richard Simmons workouts and learning how to speak English from watching TV. Alan later comes home and discovers that she's gone and runs to the doorman and says, I'm looking for a girl. The doorman says $200. Oh my God. I laughed so hard in that moment.
This
$200.
This is a Disney movie. This is a
But I'm
Disney movie.
You laughed this time around?
I did. I laughed so hard at that.
But you didn't get it from
I didn't get it before.
Okay. I thought you were saying, like, boy, 7-year-old me thought that was hilarious.
No. 49-year-old me was laughing hysterically at that because he just, like, $200.
Oh, that was not his first time.
No, it wasn't. And it's not going to be his last either.
All right, so Alan gets to Bloomingdale's and he finds her and is surprised that she can now speak. He asks her name and she squeals and the TV screens all break. She tells him that she has 6 days, then has to go back when the moon is full. While walking back, he lists a bunch of names because he wants a name so he can call her something. So as they're walking back, he's listing a bunch of names as to what to call her. And while he's listing the names, he looks up and sees where they are at, and he says Madison Avenue, then continues to list names. She stops him and says, Madison. And he says, well, that's a place, not a name, but rolls with it. So here's a fun fact.
I'm
Hold
sorry,
on.
that is a name.
Okay, wait, I'm so thrilled that she said that.
Here's a fun fact. The name Madison originated as an English surname in the 15th century, meaning son of Maud or son of Matthew.
That's cool.
It was first used as a first name in the 19th century, largely due to its association with President James Madison.
Oh,
Its
okay.
popularity as a given name, especially for girls, exploded in the late 20th century after the 1984 movie Splash.
Seriously?
It was not a name. And it was not at all a name. And we were like, oh, that's the best name. I'm going to have a girl and I'm going to name her Madison.
And now Madisons are everywhere. I know like 5.
No, seriously.
That's
not
insane.
a name.
That's real. That's
I'm so
crazy.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
That one was that's a cool fun fact though. That's really interesting.
No, it was. That's not my Madison. Not a name before this movie.
Nope.
Jeez.
Nope.
And I would have never known that.
Look at what we've gained already.
I know. Isn't this fun?
Much knowledge.
So back at the apartment, Madison sneaks out of bed to take a bath in salt water. I thought that was a nice overhead shot that they did with her in the bathtub, all like with
Splayed out.
with the tail out
Yep.
and everything like that. The effects of her turning into a mermaid. Then of course Ellen wakes up, knocking on the door, and she grabs the blow dryer, dry herself off. Again, that's another scene where her hair is all wet, and then he opens the door and it's completely dry.
Magically dry.
However, fun fact, during that scene, she actually did bruise both of her knees badly when she hit the floor.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I mean, she rolled right out of there.
Yeah.
But, again, Alan busting down the door. Creepy. I mean, she was like, I'm fine. I just want to be alone. And he would not have it.
He didn't want he
Well,
didn't want another Victoria to get away.
Well,
Crazy.
he knew she was naked in the bathtub and was like, oh, well, I'm taking a bath.
Not like he hasn't banged her before.
And that's when you know, he opens the door and she said something like, well, she was embarrassed.
She was shy.
She was shy.
Yes.
And he said, you were shy in the elevator and on
Yeah.
top of the refrigerator. I'm like, what? Are you guys banging on top of a refrigerator? What?
That was
I'm not gonna lie, that at that part I was still watching it on the plane and my mom was watching it with me and I go, what are the logistics of banging on top of the refrigerator? So I had a whole conversation on an airplane with my mom about the logistics of banging on a refrigerator.
Well, I mean, what'd you come to? Gotta tell us.
Standing on the countertop but bent on top of it is I think what we came to the conclusion of.
I can't even.
And that's how
too
you
much work.
I was gonna say that's how you know Cobie's so much younger than we are.
Yeah, I can't even.
If somebody said get on the counter, I'd say no.
No.
I would say grab a step stool.
You think I'm getting on a counter either? No.
Well, if anybody's getting on a counter, it's you. It's not me.
But it is not going to be me. But the best was I was talking about this with other people around.
Did anybody interject with, actually, I've got a better idea?
No, thankfully. But having this conversation with my mom was very interesting.
All right, so a couple fun facts regarding the bathroom scene. For the famous bath scene, they used special air pockets to make the fish scales appear. I don't know if you remember seeing that with the little bubbles. The original scene of the transformation from legs to fishtail was much longer and far more graphic, and because it was a Disney film, a lot of it had to be cut. So Ron Howard, the director, thought the simplicity of the single shot of the scales emerging via air pocket and her fin unrolling over the end of the bath would be good enough for the scene.
I mean, I agree. It was good enough.
I want to see the graphic part.
So do I.
Okay, so when we're talking graphic, what are we talking about here?
It doesn't say.
What is it like bloody? Or
it doesn't say. It just says
vag.
That's what I'm asking.
Oh
yeah.
I don't.
I didn't know if it was going to be bloody or if we were seeing.
It just says it was
all
much.
parts.
It was much longer and a far more graphic, and it had to be cut.
If it's Disney and it's graphic, it's probably we're seeing vag.
Like
where would it be?
I don't know if they're doing like a shot and then the camera's above her and just rolling
like would it
down.
be like the tail like coming up over her legs and the whole transformation, and then you probably would see vag then. I don't know. Graphic, I kind of also, I think of like sexy graphic and then like violent graphic. But there was no like real blood or violence or anything.
No.
So nowadays that would all just be CGI.
Yes.
Oh, excellent point.
Yes.
So
excellent point.
Yeah, nowadays it would all just be CGI and they would just roll with it.
I did like the way they did it though, even though there were like a few cuts where I'm like, we could have stayed on that other shot a little longer, but I think
there we go. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
To hear that professional.
I like that overhead shot, but I agree. It could have been a little bit longer just to kind of get the whole... it was a couple seconds, if even that.
Yeah,
you know?
and seeing even like the transformation of it, there were points where there were shots that could have been a little longer because they cut between to show her tail growing, it's flipping out, all this stuff. And to just get a little bit more of that would help, I feel like, the audience to see like how hard it is for her body to transfer in this water and how long it actually would take, because only doing a few cuts in a few seconds makes it seem like it's 5 seconds, whereas obviously later on we see it's a little bit longer, but it's, I don't know, that's just my preferences. I would have held the shots a little longer, but I'm no Ron Howard, so I am kind of glad about that.
No, I'm glad that you said that, because it didn't even occur to me that it would be hard on her body to do that repeatedly. Yeah. That wasn't a thought I had about it.
That's just me. I'm like, character-wise, it probably is, she's doing it so often throughout the film when all we see before this is her being in the water constantly. Yeah. I'm assuming she doesn't go out of the water all the time.
Well, that begs the question then, is she able to? I mean, she said that she was allowed to for these 6 days, but...
It's giving Ariel a little bit.
It is. Did she get special permission for this? Yeah. Does she have... Why is she in the bathtub now? Does she have to get into water...
After a certain amount of time? Yes. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Why are we even in this water?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, she's not cleaning herself because she hopped out of the Hudson River and was magically clean, so I know she's not.
She was clean enough for Alan, is all we know.
I feel like anyone's clean enough for Alan at this point. Alan's...
Oh no, it's so terrible because I love Tom Hanks so much.
I do too. But as the movie kept going, man, I hated it.
I was like, oh.
We'll get to that part because I've got a lot of thoughts on him.
Okay.
Right, so we'll continue. Alan gives Madison a present. I thought that was kind of funny how she just kind of holds the box and he's like, "No, you open it." And then they go out for the night. And they're walking around New York and there's a mermaid fountain and he tells her that he's afraid of water and she says, "I remember." And
this man didn't pick up right after that.
And then she said she confused the words. I understand.
He doesn't see any red flags.
No.
He is the most oblivious man in any film that I've ever watched. I even wrote
that's
it down somewhere.
That's a bold statement. But no, I did put he was ignoring all the red flags
I even have a timestamp.
for a naked girl.
Yeah. I even have a timestamp of like, how has he not figured this out yet?
Well, I mean, it's not a realistic thing. There
I mean-
aren't mermaids.
I mean, yeah, and Tom Hanks isn't an asshole as far as I know, but
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, so then we cut to the scene where they're playing racquetball.
That
Alan
one
and
was so
Freddie
good.
are playing racquetball.
that was one of the best scenes in the
Okay.
movie.
Amazing.
It is one of the best scenes. It is a funny scene. John Candy is hilarious. But the thing that I know that bothered me when I was a kid, I've realized it still bothers me now. Do people just really just sit there and watch you play racquetball? Like all those people in the background just sitting on the bleachers just watching people play. Like I couldn't do that.
I assume.
Probably, I would assume that they're waiting their turn.
Yeah.
Is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like there's just like people just chilling, just sitting there.
I mean,
and
it
they're
looked like
playing racquetball. Like if I was somebody in that audience, I would have been laughing hysterically at
I know.
them. And they're just like extras.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean,
But is that how it is with racquetball? Do
No
people just
idea.
sit there and watch you?
Could
Okay.
not tell you.
I took, I think it was a racquetball class in college. I had to get a PE credit. It was a completely enclosed for us. There was like a window on the door so people could see if somebody was in there, but it did not have that setup. But this was a college thing. I'm guessing this is like the New York City racquetball club or something.
probably.
Or like YMCA kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looked like a legit facility. So those
I mean, I guess
Those-
it's no different than
benches are there for people to sit.
tennis courts. You know, people can sit and watch you play tennis outside or
Yeah,
something.
that's
or
true,
whatever.
that's
But, I just that bug. But
And
the
that
scene,
is taking you off a racquetball for your entire life.
I will never play racquetball.
I was more concerned about trying to hit a ball off of a wall that's coming straight at your face, going like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. That can be taken so wrong.
But that is one of the best scenes, the
is.
racquetball scene. It was funny, and John Candy, I delivered as
did.
always.
Yes.
I think I had read somewhere that he did that like in 2 takes or something like that.
Good
Yeah,
for him.
Yeah.
just smoking
God
a cigarette.
love that
playing-
man.
Playing, I know,
No, it was
right?
so funny though when he had it like hanging out of his mouth and he's like hitting it. I was like, that's never allowed here in 2025. You try to do that, yeah.
The smoking, was he smoking during the racquetball?
Oh yes, he had a
it in his
cigarette hanging out of his mouth the whole time.
Yeah, but it was a movie. But,
I'm like, it was the 80s though. Like you could smoke anywhere at that time.
oh,
But he was doing it while playing racquetball, and
he was an athlete.
that's
All right.
one thing.
Then we get back to the apartment, and Madison gets Alan a present. It's a huge fountain in the middle of their bedroom, and he loves it. It's big. Then he notices her necklace is gone, and he asks where it's at. Well, she trades the necklace in for the fountain. What?
Okay, thank you.
Traded it with who? And did that include delivery? Like
Setup.
what?
How did it get into? Okay, how did it get into that room?
How did I get into the elevator first off?
Okay, good. And so then, knowing that was coming up, I spent a lot of time focused on that necklace. There's no jewels or anything in there.
Oh, she exchanged something else. We all know that.
Cobie.
Are you're saying she was kissing everyone on the mouth?
She was. You're right. My God, I didn't even consider that.
I didn't either. Oh my god.
I didn't.
I'm sorry. She sees.
She traded her necklace and sex for the fountain.
I'm saying.
Well,
that's the
she's
only.
got a magic vagina because she's got Alan hooked
sorry.
in the
I'm sorry.
fountain people too.
Yeah, she sees Alan after not seeing him for, probably a few days and immediately starts smacking lips with him. I'm sorry. She's offering up everything to anyone. I don't even care. That's my canon. That's like
Okay. God, I'm so innocent. It didn't even occur to me.
oh god,
I was just like, really? A seashell necklace and they're giving her a fountain?
Oh.
That doesn't make any sense.
and who did she trade that with? Like the mayor of New York?
was
I
she
assume
doing
a
it in the
parks
back?
worker.
Was she doing it in the back of an alleyway too? Like come on.
Did she get a VCR with that?
I know.
All right. Then Then they're out to dinner, and Alan is very nervous. He's banging on the table, blah, 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 and then he hits the spoon and it flips. Again, another laugh out loud moment for me, because that was always funny. And then Madison, she's picking up the lobster, eating it with her bare hands, just going to town on this, and everyone is looking at her eat this lobster.
That part was so funny to me.
You enjoyed that?
Yeah, that part was great because I'm like, they're in this fancy, schmancy New York restaurant, so I'm assuming expensive, especially for what Alan ends up saying in a little bit. And it was so funny because she's eating it, shell and all, and there's this woman extra in the background horrified, and so I'm dying at this woman who's horrified at her eating this. That was the only reason why it was so funny. You have to rewatch it. She's sitting there, she's like shocked the entire time. I'm like, and assuming this is a nice restaurant in New York, that person's wealthy and they're not used to that kind of stuff. So I was dying laughing at that. That was my moment.
So a fun fact about that scene, in the restaurant scene, you see Daryl Hannah's character eating a lobster. We all know the scene is faked because she happily devours shell and all. However, less well known is that the lobster you see is actually stuffed with leeks and mashed potatoes.
Oh,
Ew.
God.
Because Daryl is a devout vegetarian and apparently had to throw up into a bucket after each take.
I mean, I'd throw up just because it's leeks and potatoes.
I'd just throw up at the smell of lobster or anything.
I just wouldn't do the scene at that point. Be like, what else can we do in spite of it like,
No,
outside of this, what else can we do? So
she's a professional. She did it. I guess
feel-
good for her.
at first I was like, oh, this is very Ariel, and then she started eating the lobster and I'm like, this is not Ariel. I'm like, Ariel is not eating her friend.
No, Ariel would never.
No, I feel like it all. I also feel like Madison wouldn't either.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I feel like Madison would be vegetarian as well. She wouldn't be eating her friends.
It was her neighbor. She just ate.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so after dinner, Alan brings up marriage, and she mentions that she's got to go home in 3 days. He asks her to marry him, and she says no.
Good.
He turns into a huge dick here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Welcome
He's
aboard.
being mean and very angry towards her. She runs away. He runs after her, but doesn't find her. It's raining, so she's hiding under a bridge so she doesn't get wet.
But she was
But yeah.
wet.
Yeah, but he is a huge dick. Like, a guy who didn't get his way. He's going to
Yes.
pout like a baby.
Yes.
And
All
just be
true.
angry
Yep,
and
all
rude
true.
to her.
And that's all true. But back it up for just a second. He proposed to her after 3 days. 3 days.
I said, man asked this girl to marry him after a few days and gets mad when she says no.
Yes. The audacity.
I'm sorry. That is why there are some older people that have gotten married after like weeks, months and stuff, not after 3 days of knowing them.
I'm going to
It's
tell
not
you.
90 Day Fiance.
They wish it was
They
90
wish
days.
it was.
Or a
Yes.
drunken vacation in
Yeah.
Vegas or something.
I mean, I think as a young child, it went over my head how fast this was moving.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody said, hey, let's pump the brakes on this. You know, I don't know where you're from. I know nothing about you.
And then he gets mad when she doesn't tell him where she's from. He's known her for 3 days.
Yes.
And after a minute of knowing her, kissed her, and then hours later had sex with her.
Yes.
And he's mad that she doesn't want to tell him where she's from, but you don't even know anything about her outside of that.
No. Wow.
Outside of the bedroom.
Yes, that's all
Exactly.
he knows. And then when she says no, he emotionally blackmails her.
Ugh.
And essentially forces her into saying yes. Let's have her. So she's stuck in a city where she knows no one but him,
Yep.
and he's acting like that to her. What was she supposed to do? I mean,
Apparently
Go
say
back.
yes
well, I
in
mean,
his eyes.
again, and now I think Madison did not dodge that bullet. She ran right into it. She
Real
did.
head first.
She did. She took that bullet square between the eyes.
God, it was terrible.
Okay. Good.
I'm
But thank you for agreeing. Thank you for agreeing.
Yes, he did turn into a huge dick after that when he
Yes.
didn't get his way. However, the next morning she finds him and she says yes.
Well, because he loves her no matter what. Well, not if she says no.
Not if she says no.
Yeah.
You don't love her that much.
Backing up, it starts raining when she's running away, right? She doesn't turn in the rain. Her hair is soaking wet underneath this bridge that she's at. I'm sorry, the consistency is off. Is it just salt water that causes it?
No, because later when it's the hose.
Yes.
No.
No, and she doesn't change in the rain. Granted, I know, like, you know, she's sitting there, she's trying not to have all the water hit her legs, but the water hit her legs at one point.
Maybe it's like it needs to be submerged a little
I don't
bit.
know. I don't appreciate Cobie pointing out all these plot holes in the movie from our childhood, though.
I was like, the consistency for this is so off.
Well, I
Like-
can see it now.
Now I see it. Fine, you're right.
So after she says yes, you hear Alan start talking about blood test and going to Maryland because they don't require a blood test and never had. So, fun fact, New York got rid of blood tests in 1985. Historically, some states required blood tests for diseases like syphilis, but these laws have been largely repealed due to their ineffectiveness and the burden they place on couples. So yes, way back when, there were some states that required blood tests before getting married.
I didn't think it was for an STD. I thought it was for incest to make sure that no one was related.
They wouldn't be able to tell that from because at the time, but they weren't doing DNA.
They weren't
No.
doing DNA.
so that's not why they were doing it.
yeah.
Yeah, but when he said blood test, I'm like, is it like they're checking to make sure they're not siblings or anything? Like, it's New York, it's not Alabama, but like, or like
There goes that one listener in Alabama.
Bye, Alabama.
Bye,
Thanks.
Alabama. We hope you're cool and not a product of incest, but okay.
But yeah, apparently
that was my
Maryland,
thing.
Maryland didn't require a blood test. New York did. So I mean, I
I'm
guess
gonna
it's
tell
like
you,
jumping borders for paying deposit on pop or not.
In 1996, the state of Illinois did not require a blood test.
And I'm sure they still don't require one.
Oh no.
I would assume not. but
Yeah.
That's my experience with it.
So fun fact on blood tests and getting married.
They probably have it down in Alabama, though, just in case.
But I don't think that they would have been able to tell if they were siblings from a blood test in the 80s.
Not in the 80s, but
No.
now they can.
Now they could. How long would it take you to get a DNA thing back?
Probably 30 days.
Okay. Well, that doesn't
Maybe
work for that doesn't work
maybe
for Alan.
sooner.
I'm going to tell you right now.
No, he wants it now.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember the name of a documentary, side note, but I remember there was a documentary where this person was donating a lot of sperm to sperm banks.
Oh,
And he had all these kids.
And then he had all, and then like, let's say you adopted a baby
Yeah.
or had a kid with one of these sperm banks or whatever, and then same, that kid that you had meets another kid and they get married and they're wondering, are they siblings, because this person donated
I can think of, there were two. There was the one that guy in Europe who was donating everywhere. Then there was the doctor.
I think it was
doctor.
the doctor. That's
Okay.
what
The
I'm
one who
thinking
had like
of.
hundreds of kids or
Yes.
something ridiculous
Yeah.
like
Well, 'cause
that.
the
Yeah.
doctor was doing things like substituting actual usable sperm of husbands for his own.
For
Yeah.
his own, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again,
Which, didn't he get prosecuted for that? I think so.
I
I
hope
don't
so.
remember.
I would think so because I think that's unethical procedure.
I would agree. I would agree.
That's an unethical procedure. Like, let me
just slightly unethical.
I'm gonna side with Cobie on that one. Sounds fishy.
Sounds sus.
Hey! All right. So meanwhile, Dr. Kornbluth met up with some other scientists after seeing a headline and a picture of a woman who showed up at the Statue of Liberty naked and put the pieces together that this is the mermaid that he saw underwater. He tries to tell other scientists about her and they laugh at him. So he's determined to go through the streets of New York to find Madison and get her feet wet to prove that she is a mermaid.
They bullied him so hard in this movie that I felt so bad for Eugene Levy more than I felt bad for Alan. When that part hit, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry.
So Alan is invited to a president's dinner and takes Madison with him. Here she decides she wants to tell him her secret, so they leave. Meanwhile, Dr. Kornbluth is posing as a waiter, and he has a hose nozzle under his jacket ready to spray Madison, but the Secret Service tackles him and takes him outside.
He would not have even gotten in the building.
Really?
He would not have gotten in the
You don't
building.
think
No
so?
matter what year it is.
Okay.
No matter what year it is. Secret Service is propped everywhere.
Well,
I'm
and
gonna
then he's
agree, that
also
was
in a
questionable.
cast because he tried to get her before and then got beat up by people on the
It was
couple
the
on
same couple.
The same couple.
Twice.
So he's literally in a cast and he has a hose nozzle under his jacket and he's a waiter. So,
I will say, them even allowing him in the building,
especially with those eyebrows.
those eyebrows, he had a whole tank that looked like an explosive.
Yeah.
Like, you're saying there's not snipers on the other buildings going, ooh, wait, that guy's a little sus. Can someone stop him? There's no one propped up against, like, on the back end, like, checking all of the waiters, like, IDs and background check.
Wandered right into the
is-
kitchen and was like, here I am, guys.
I don't care if it's 2025, 1984, or whatever. Secret Service is not having that. They're not allowing that. That was so ridiculous.
Well, I'm going to give you that one. That's true.
That
That's
is true. And the Secret Service did catch him, and
caught
then
him.
Yeah.
they tackled him and they took him outside.
And allowed him to have that device still on him, by the way.
Well, yeah,
As he's walking out. They didn't, and also, they didn't move the president out of the way. They allowed him to continue speaking. That would not happen. And he still had that device in his hand. They didn't take it away.
Oh, God.
Fire those Secret Service agents.
Well, they did not take it away because he does see Madison on the street
God.
getting ready to leave. He grabs a hose nozzle and sprays her. The tail opens up and people are taking pictures everywhere. And she is scared. She's screaming for Alan. She's reaching out to Alan.
I would
Alan
not
is
reach out
stunned
to
at what
Alan.
he sees and pretty much just kind of walks away.
I would
Yeah,
not reach out to Alan.
Who loves her no matter what.
Except when you don't want to marry me
Well, yeah.
and don't want to tell me where you're from.
Yeah.
So the Secret Service picks her up and puts her in a car and takes her to some testing facility. And then they're running tests on Alan or on Madison, and then they get Alan. They must have scooped up Alan at some point because Alan is also in the aquarium.
That part
and
was pretty good.
Okay.
he's sitting in the aquarium. They drop Madison in the aquarium with Alan, and he's put off by her, I would say, like scared of her. He's not.
He's pouting again. Is what he
Yeah.
is. He's pouting.
He's not happy
she-
with the secret.
Yeah,
Well, because she was not the perfect sex goddess that he thought he was getting.
that just randomly spawned out of nowhere to save his life multiple times and
Yes.
ended up at the Statue of Liberty.
But how dare she have something wrong with her?
How dare you
well,
have it? How dare you be a mermaid and not tell me? We're getting married. We're on our way to Maryland right now. God.
I love Cobie's reaction. This is the greatest
know,
thing
they're
ever.
Wait until we get to Commando. I've got so many thoughts.
All right.
Oh, God.
Dr. Kornbluth starting to realize that the other scientists still think he's a joke and not taking him seriously. He thinks Madison is sick and dying, and they are talking about cutting her up and studying her body.
He was right in all of this, by the way. She was so pale in that, and I was like, yes, Eugene Levy's character. Get with him, not Alan.
Honorable mention for Eugene Levy's character, who has made a turnaround at the end of the movie.
He does.
Great
He-
character,
I mean,
yes.
great character development. He was
Yes,
he was
what
an
an arc.
actual man of science, wanted to study her properly,
Right.
ethically. And when they were like, "Oh, you can go find a unicorn," he was like taken aback because he's like, "Well, I was right this entire time. It was my finding. I'm wanting to do this the ethical way, and you guys are doing it the wrong way."
Right.
He was such a good character throughout this entire thing. Besides the beginning, he was pretty much an asshat.
But now he was an asshat because he's being bullied by all of his co-scientist. They're treating him like garbage throughout the whole thing.
And taking credit for his finding. I'm
Yes.
sorry. He was a great character.
I
and
agree.
Was
I agree.
very
Well-
ethical and did everything right. I'm like that doctor.
Dr. Ross.
What?
Dr. Ross from Chicago.
Was that who it was? The doctor
Yeah.
who inseminated all the women?
Oh, no. Dr. Ross from Chicago is the character.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about. Yeah, no, I'm talking about.
Oh, that doctor. No, that was not a good doctor.
Yeah, no, that's unethical.
Yes.
Okay, so after Alan's talking with Freddie, he realizes that he does love Madison and he wants to be with her. So he breaks into Dr. Kornbluth's dentist appointment.
How did he find him?
I don't know.
How do you know that he was having a dentist appointment?
Exactly. And then how can you just break into
And he
somebody's
looked at the
appointment?
dentist and was like, "Get out!" And
Yeah.
the dentist just followed, like orders. I'm sorry, you have a scalpel. Stand up for yourself. God.
So he breaks into his dentist appointment and they come up with a plan so he can see her. They pose both Alan and Freddie as Swedish doctors that they break in and bust Madison out. So now they're being chased throughout New York and eventually get to the water, Hudson River, I'm assuming. She tells Alan to come with them and he says yes. He will come back and visit Freddie at Christmas and she says you can never come back. He decides he can't leave and sets her free. While she is swimming away, he realizes he can't live without her and jumps in to be with her. I mean, he was going to get arrested anyway, right? So
Right.
Yeah,
He had no choice.
might
had no
as well
choice.
get in there. It made me sad, even as a kid, that he wasn't going to see his brother again. And
Okay.
he didn't even get a chance to say goodbye.
Yes.
Now I'm going to say Freddie, for all of his faults, was the true hero of the story
Yeah.
for me. Freddie's going to jail.
Well, Freddie's going to jail.
Yeah.
He knew
and he
it.
was willing to do it for his brother's happiness.
Also, him being found and he's just got his pants up. He looks like he's fishing.
He
Yes.
is fishing. Yes.
Yes, hilarious. That is
Yes.
a great way to end his character
Yes.
arc because you will we know he's going to jail, but he's like, I'm committed to the bit.
He was. He was willing to
Yes.
do it for his brother.
Alan? No, pussy. Go to jail.
Alan was not going to jail. Alan would rather jump into the Hudson than go to jail.
God, he is so annoying.
I mean, he could.
Also, I'm sorry. I would rather go to jail than jump in the Hudson River. I'm sorry. Take me to federal prison. I'm not jumping in the Hudson River.
Oh, so yeah, he does jump in. Now they're underwater, and she is showing him her world. But first, he takes off his lab coat and spikes it down on the ocean floor as to say he's done with the outside world and is ready to explore his ocean world with her.
Does he not get a fin?
No, I
No,
think he's got
I
to
think-
he's got to kick his feet and use his arms this whole time.
But she's got to kiss him every moment so that he has breath, or is it just like a
Again-
It's like an unarticulated rule.
that
When he's with her, he doesn't need oxygen suddenly.
yeah.
the consistency in this movie is terrible. I'm sorry.
I understand because it did occur to me this time around as an adult that, okay, but the divers need oxygen, but Alan doesn't?
No.
It would
Why?
make sense if she kissed him and then he grew a tail afterwards, and I'd be like, okay, now he's a merman, and I can get behind this. But he didn't, and I was like, oh, I still cannot stand his character. Like, I don't know. I didn't understand the magic of it and
Okay.
all of that. So
So,
We
so-
end the movie with the song Love Came For Me, performed by Rita Coolidge. So that, in a nutshell, was Splash with Ron Howard, 1984, Tom Hanks, Daryl Hannah, John Candy, and Eugene Levy. Now, for some fun facts regarding the movie Splash. Bill Murray turned down the role of Alan.
Ooh. Interesting. How would that have gone?
still as bad of a character.
But Bill Murray,
Bill Murray's great.
but he does play some
He's
dickish characters.
yeah, and he's a national treasure. But the thing is I don't know. I still think that Alan would still be a terrible character.
Oh no, he would.
But
I
could
think it
Bill
would've been-
Murray pull it off better than Tom
Tom
Hanks?
Tom Hanks, like, at the time when we were younger, you thought was a nice guy, and it wasn't till now that I realized he is not a great guy. Bill Murray, I think, would have been not a great guy from the beginning.
Not a great guy. Yes. Also, fun fact, John Travolta originally read for the lead role, but he backed out on the advice from his agent since it was rumored that Warren Beatty was fixing to make his own mermaid film, which never materialized.
I could not see John Travolta.
No.
Okay, another fun fact, Ron Howard's father, Rance Howard, makes a cameo appearance. In the beginning of the movie, in the warehouse scene, a man is screaming about bad cherries and they're trying to sell him. When offered other fruit at cost, he says deal.
That's his dad?
That's his dad.
That's a big part. That's not like a one-liner.
That's his dad.
Because, like, he was a memorable character. Like,
yes.
I was like, okay, yeah, I know.
I like how he always, like, deal real quick and just,
Yeah.
like, excited about it. The costume took 5 hours for Daryl Hannah to get into, and she had to be literally glued into the tail with crazy glue, as zippers proved to be cumbersome. As a result, she was denied food and drink while in the tail in case she had to go to the bathroom, which may have resulted in delay of filmmaking. The tail took a very long time to put on and caused her a lot of discomfort, especially in the blistering heat where all she could do was lay on a towel until it was her scene.
Oh.
After each day of shooting, the tail needed to be repainted.
Okay, so she's laying on a towel waiting for her scene. Are they coming and just lifting her up and carrying her?
I think
into the spot?
they come and lift her up and have someone carry her.
Chuck her in the water.
Yeah. She wasn't in the tail that long, so I would assume it was only for like a week she was doing that.
I mean, the water scenes, there were quite a few water scenes.
Yeah.
Although the underwater scenes contained in the original script had been cut down dramatically, there was still a need to show the mermaid's home. After debating whether to film these scenes on dry land and use special effects to create the illusion of being underwater during post-production, these ideas were scrapped, according to Howard, as they would not be believable. Therefore, plans were drawn up including lengthy and detailed storyboarding to film scenes underwater beneath the shores of the Bahamas.
Okay, if it's in the Bahamas, it's Atlantis.
Okay. How long is it taking Alan to swim from New York to the Bahamas with his 2 feet? No fin.
Compared to Madison.
Yes. Because she, boom, when she had to take off, she moved.
She's hauling ass, and he's like, wait for me.
Yeah.
She is my woman.
Okay.
Let's go to Maryland first.
Because here's the other thing. She can't get too far ahead of him. If she does, he's going to drown.
Yeah.
Because he's got to have her nearby in order to be underwater. Okay.
Do you think it took weeks? I think it had to have taken quite some time.
I don't know.
To add to the credibility of the underwater scenes, the stunt team studied the moves of the bottlenose dolphin, which was then relayed to Hannah, who mimicked the twists and turns in her mermaid tail.
I was going to say, yeah, she seemed more like a dolphin than anything else.
Well, because she never used her arms to swim, which I thought looked weird and awkward.
Yeah, they were just kind of like to her side.
Yes.
They weren't up, or they were just down her side, and
Yeah.
Okay, last fun fact. Hannah undoubtedly, we're going to cut that out.
Yeah.
Hannah had the toughest job, as the role required her to swim underwater in cold 35-foot depths, at times without a mask, while wearing a specifically made underwater wig, and of course the 35-pound mermaid tail. So that tail was 35 pounds.
This held her down.
This all had to be achieved while looking graceful and natural under the ocean. Hannah, who had to breathe underwater unaided for 2 minutes at a time, did the majority of her own stunts, as she used to swim with her legs tied together as a child.
Why?
Why?
Who did that to her?
I don't know.
She was like, you guys want to play mermaids? Let's get a little too into character.
And that was my last fun fact on Splash.
All right. Well,
Daryl
thank
Hannah
you.
did really good in this movie. Can I say, because we don't see her a lot anymore acting. Like, I know her from Kill Bill, obviously.
Yeah, that's my last,
But she did really good in this, and I wish she acted more in, bigger roles.
Yeah.
She was really good. I liked her.
Well, then why don't you? What are your final thoughts on?
I'm not gonna lie, I really liked Splash. I thought this was a really fun movie. I did see though, when I went to go and play it, it got Academy Award nominations
Okay.
of some sort. I didn't dive deeper into it. I don't think it deserved any of those. I thought it was like I thought it was a fun movie. I can understand the nostalgia, but I obviously don't think it should be like crazy Academy Award winning, unless like obviously for makeup,
Maybe it was special effects or
special
something.
effects, yeah. That I can understand. But I was thinking like best picture, best sound, and I'm like, no, this is not like from 1984. I'm like, no, there's probably a lot more.
Best new female name, Madison.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. But it was good. I didn't hate it. I thought it was really good. I'd watch it again.
Okay.
I'd give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Okay.
There we
Fair
go.
enough. All right. Any other thoughts on Splash?
I don't have any more. You guys have heard all of my thoughts.
For me, it was just, it's still funny. I would not consider it a rom-com. Like, I think growing up, I thought it was like a romantic type movie.
Yeah, the happily ever after
Yes.
type thing.
I do not think that anymore.
Okay.
No.
Could agree on
but
that.
funny. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a drama comedy, like a dramedy? Is that-
Dramedy?
Dramedy,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if that was their intention. And I don't know that that's how it was marketed initially when it came out. I think we were supposed to, and we did think that it was romantic.
Yeah.
That he dumped his girlfriend of several years, and the next
Well, she
day
dumped him. She was moving out.
she
Good
dumped
for
him
her.
because he didn't love her.
Good for her.
Don't open this can of worms again.
Good for her. Madison did not dodge a bullet. She should have.
Yeah,
She should have ran.
Victoria
Swam.
dodged that bullet.
Victoria did.
That was.
Do you
my...
have an actor for Victoria in mind?
Boy, I looked a little bit at seeing like other actresses that were along the same age as Daryl Hannah, and Kathleen Turner came up.
Okay.
Ooh.
Julianne Moore,
Okay.
Okay.
Sally Field.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But you couldn't really. I mean, Sally Field. Oh,
No, I would go
because-
more Julianne Moore over.
Yeah.
because Sally Field was Tom Hanks's mother in Forrest Gump,
Right.
but she was his love interest in that other one. Where
Punchline.
That's it.
I've never seen that.
I haven't. I'm like the one where they were comedians.
Yeah,
but
Punchline. Yeah. So
Julianne Moore. I don't know that she was on the scene acting, but age-wise, she's approximately the same age as Daryl
Jodie
Hannah.
Foster.
Jodie Foster wouldn't have put up with that shit. Are you
No,
kidding me?
absolutely not. Jodie Foster would literally read the script and go, "I am not in this movie. Please
Yes.
don't put me in here."
Yeah. I'm sorry. You want me to?
You want me to dump him? Sure, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I think that would be the only reason why she would do that. She's like,
Yeah.
this guy's an asshat.
Somebody needs to dump him.
All right, friends and family, thanks for joining us for our Splash review. Next week, we will be sitting down and reviewing Christie's pick, Commando. So, now's your time. Get Commando. I rented it on Prime.
I did
I
too.
don't know where you guys saw it.
Prime.
So, again, if you guys want to follow us with Commando next week, you got a week to watch it. Thanks for joining us.